interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
Ebola, its own discoverer calls it a spectacular virus.
Breaking tonight as the Centers for Disease Control lays out a new battle plan for stopping the spread of Ebola in the United States.
So Ebola has entered the country.
But now that everyone but me is in Texas, Ebola is in New York!
So you're saying...
It's all over the news. You've heard about it. It's the outbreak of Ebola in West Africa, and now it's spread to the United States. Now there's a lot of information out there, but there's also some misinformation that we need to clear up. We talked to students on campus to find out how much they know about the disease, and then we went over to the Health Services Department to find out the real scoop. Let's go check it out.
Do you know what Ebola is?
Yeah, I've heard about it and how it's been going in like Texas and Fresno, I heard, but I'm not sure. It's not really accurate.
Ebola is a highly contagious bacterial, I believe, disease that's currently affecting large portions of Africa.
An epidemic that is becoming in America, that people are frightened that it is coming closer and closer to California.
Ebola is a disease that is transmitted through bodily fluids. You have to come in close contact with bodily fluids. There is a particular part of that time where you are contagious.
Ebola is currently a virus that we are experiencing internationally and here in the United States. Symptoms are flu-like symptoms, so fever, headache, body weakness, muscle weakness. Currently it's about 50% fatal, so everyone is concerned about it.
Do you know how you get the disease?
Yes, it is a fluid transmitted disease. You have to get it with contact in some type of fluid, whether that be sneezing, urine on you, any type of liquid.
It is not airborne. You have to have intimate contact with bodily fluids.
I believe you have to come in contact with an infected person. You have to come in contact with their bodily fluids. That includes any blood, vomitus, diarrhea, which are all symptoms of the disease.
Like you can get it anyway, like through the air or anything.
You get it through bodily fluids, droplets. It is not airborne, so you don't get it just being in the same room with somebody. You have to be in contact with someone who's infected with their bodily fluid, and it has to get into your mucous membranes.
Do you know how it can be treated?
Well, I believe that hydration is important because there's a course of the disease where you're losing a lot of hydration either through vomiting or other areas, and it's important to stay hydrated.
I believe that they are doing experimental testing with a variety of antibiotics.
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure then like doctors are working on it.
I think that it probably could be treated, but I'm pretty sure there's probably an unethical way about going with it.
There isn't a special medication that's going to treat it, but what does treat it is hydration, helping keep a person healthy so that their own body can fight it off. So there isn't a magic pill. There is monitoring the person and helping them get through the rough times as their body is trying to fight it off.
How likely do you think you could get Ebola in this country?
I think that the likelihood of getting Ebola in this country is pretty slim, but it is a possible chance.
Not likely. I don't think it's that likely. It depends on where you live, but I know that in Texas it's likely.
I think it's unlikely if you're not coming in contact with people's bodily fluids who are infected with the disease and are in their contagious period. So I think it is unlikely.
It is not very likely. The people that are working on behalf of the poor people that are afflicted with it have the biggest chance of getting it.
Chances are very slim. The chances are very slim of getting the disease itself. Considering how it's gone here in the United States, we did have one person, 2 nurses did contract it, but they're now Ebola free. If you think about in the grand scheme of things, we've had 1 fatality from it. You're more likely to get the flu than Ebola. I think with proper medical care, you can survive. But it is a scary virus.
Well, there's a lot of good information we had today, and I hope it really cleared the air up about this disease and this outbreak. You can also check out information here at the CRC Health Services Department, or you can go online to the CDC's website. That would be at cdc.gov for further information. I'm Rick Stewart for CRC TV.